stop it. They haven't learned anything. Maybe, well, maybe they've learned some things, but they've stopped reading. And that's going to hurt you spiritually. If you're not reading, now you've got to be selective in what you read, too. Read the right Christian books. So we got some that we restocked here, a couple of new ones. Let me show you what they are, new things, sort of new things on our book table here. Some new ones, some ones that we've restocked. One is now, the other ones on the book table are a little larger size. I recommend getting one of the other one with the larger print on it. Decision making and the will of God. Remember, I read this when I was still down in First Baptist Church in West Hollywood, Florida, teaching 6th grade there, one of the 6th grade classes with 35 students. And they had three just 6th grade classes in that Christian school. And each one of them had over 30 students and over 100 kids just in the 6th grade in that Christian school. That was a big church. Anyways, I was reading that decision making and the will of God. How to find God's will, what to look for, and how to not determine God's will. This book is an eye-opener. It really will. It might surprise you, but I believe it'll change you. Brother Jeffrey had this listed in one of his top 10 favorite books that he's read. I recommended it. He read it, and he included his top 10 books. Decision Making and the Will of God by Gary Friesen. Friesen is his name. When we restocked, we were out of, I really wanted to get real bad, 7 men who rule the world from the grave. 7 men who rule the world from the grave, meaning their ideas and their philosophy has gone beyond their death and is still influencing people and nations today. Not as Christians, sad to say. The 7 men who rule the world from the grave. Really good, interesting book there by somebody, David Friesen. Here's what we restocked by R.L. Heimers, pastor out in California. And I got these are used books, but they're well worth reading. Today's Apostasy, talking about the ease of believing thing, the false professions that are being made, why and how they're being made, and how they can be corrected. Did a lot of research, real interesting read. Today's Apostasy, those are used books on the book table. Then one we almost ran out of, but we did not, but I got more in. Lordship Salvation. And this is really one of the, maybe the most exciting, revealing book I've ever personally read. I might give it number 1 in my list of 10, it might be. But Lordship Salvation, the first half of the book, the second half of the book, he kind of loses me a little bit. Because he tries to compare to other things, he's not real clear in some of the matters. But the first half of the book is worth reading. The Lordship Salvation. These are the ones we give out to people, missionaries, and guest speakers we have in. We give these out too, because I want people to read this one. Lordship Salvation. Real interesting, real important, and real right. Real right. All right, next one. We were out of these, The Technique Catastrophe, by our good friend, Brother Bob Creel. Bob Creel. Real easy, real clear about things. He makes things clear. Bob Creel. I definitely recommend this. By the way, these books they're all a little bit over $10, I think. This one is $10 itself. But that's well worth it. If you don't have $10, you want this book, and you will read it. If you don't have $10, and you want this book, and you will read it, I'll buy one for you. Personally, with a smile on my face, I will buy it for you. The Technique Catastrophe. And that's a good title for it, too, by Bob Creel. And Dave Hunt. He's written so many great books. This might be number 1 on my list. It's called A Woman Rides the Beast. A Woman Rides the Beast. Guess what this is about?
You know.
Roman Catholicism. Roman Catholicism. Dave Hunt really does his research real well. He's interesting. I don't think it's difficult reading either, but he is so good. He really does his research well. So I recommend this one. We got this one back. It hadn't been on book table for a while. Got it back. $13. Lucky $13. You can have that there too. And again, if you don't have money and you'd like 1 or 2 of these books, please let me know. If you will read them, I will buy you one. But condition is you have to read it. All right, now again, let's see. I want to one more thing. Yes, thank you, Brother Jeffrey. I'm going to ask Carol to give an update on her mom and her brother too, but her mom in particular, she was right there. Fine.